All right, team. Happy Tuesday. Wonderful to see you all. First check is, can we see, is there good visibility of the camera today?
Yep.
Good. See some thumbs up. Brilliant. Excellent. All right. So then from there, just our little safety debrief. Just make sure you have a nice clear space to exercise in, nothing to step on or trip over. Make sure you're in sturdy shoes or bare feet. Make sure you're in a sturdy chair, right? Nothing with wheels. And today you will need a weight, whatever you are choosing to use as a weight, soup can, a water bottle, all that is good. And then if you have a stretchy band, you will also want that close by today. All right. All right. And then if you do tend to use an oximeter, that little fingertip reader, it is helpful to have that close by so you can check how intensely you're working and how well you are recovering in between exercises, okay? So with that all said, I'll put a hand on my belly because we're gonna get into our breathing pattern. And when we breathe in, we want to fill up through the belly, not the chest. Okay, so we're going to breathe in, fill up the belly, and then breathe out through pursed lips. Good. Breathe in, fill up the belly, and out through pursed lips. Good. Breathe in, and out. Breathe in, and out. Good. Once more together, breathe in, and out. Okay, I'd like you to do your best to maintain that breathing pattern. But right from there, we're going to take our hands and we're going to make circles with our hands. You can get your hands moving away from each other. So again, we're starting to move our hands in circles. We're still going to maintain that breathing pattern. So please make sure we're breathing in and breathing out through pursed lips. Good. Keep a nice steady breathing pattern as we go. Now, if you'd like to increase the challenge here, you can also lift and lower your heels as we go. So now we would be making circles with our hands and lifting and lowering the heels. Good. All right, now let's get our hands moving. Instead of away from each other, we'll get them moving towards each other. Or vice versa, if you were doing it the other way. And just yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Just a reminder, right, if we get noise on our end, team, just to quickly put yourselves on mute. That is so, so appreciated. All right, as we're circling the hands, you can either continue lifting and lowering the heels, or you can start stepping 1 foot forward at a time. So 1 foot forward at a time as we circle the hands. Keep up your breathing pattern. And let's get both hands moving to your left. Both hands moving to your left as we step forward 1 at a time. Good. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. As we start moving more and more, want to be super dedicated to our breathing pattern. And circle to the right. Great job, team. Brilliant. We're gonna change up our pattern in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna bring our arms across our body and then open them up out wide. So across and wide, across and wide. All right, and what I'd like to see from our feet is one foot steps forward while the other foot steps out to the side. So foot steps forward, foot steps out to the side, forward, side, forward, side. There we go. Do the best that you can. I don't need it to be perfect. I just need you to try to do something that is challenging today. There we go. So one foot goes forwards, the other goes out to the side. And we're gonna have to swap which foot is doing which roll. We're gonna switch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other foot steps forward, other foot steps out to the side. Forward, side. Forward, side. There we go. Awesome job, team. So keep breathing out through pursed lips. Nice. Good work, everybody. That coordination is looking fantastic. All right, so it's time to switch it up. In 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna get our hand going out forward and back. And our other hand going behind and up. So again, forward, back, behind, back, forward, back, behind, back, forward, back, behind, back, and our opposite leg does the same thing. Forward, back, behind, back, forward, back, behind, back, forward, back, behind, back, forward, behind, forward, behind, forward, behind. There we go. And we're going to switch which arm is doing which roll in 3, 2, 1. Other arm goes forward, other arm goes back. Forward, 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 back. And then we're going to alternate. All right, so alternating each pattern in 3, 2, 1. So we go forwards, back, then switch, forwards, back. So after you go back, you're gonna go forwards, the same arm and leg. Back, forwards, 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 back. There we go, team. How fun. Brilliant. So we're gonna struggle at this for just a couple more seconds. Then we're gonna move on. Three, two, one, rest.
Good thing you can't see my feet.
Good thing, hey? Sure, more than just you feel that way, and that's okay.
For sure.
For sure. So we should feel like we're starting to warm up, which is great. We are gonna do some cardio intervals today. And what that's gonna look like is 30 seconds of work. Timer there. 30 seconds of work, or sorry, a minute of work and 30 seconds of rest. Okay. So we're gonna start with stepping out, in. So pretend your feet are inside of a box and we step out of the box and then back in. Okay. So find a pace that's challenging but doable for you. You do want to get a bit puffed during this challenge, but please make sure you can still maintain a full breath. You don't feel dizzy or shaky. Those are all signs you need to rest. Okay. We're gonna start in 15 seconds. And remember, this is a really good recovery position to help you gain your breath. Okay. And maintain your breathing pattern. All right. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Step out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. There we go. Good job, team. So remember, it's a full minute. Work hard. Make it challenging but doable. You want to get yourself breathing harder. If that's right for you today, right? If you're coming off a bit of an illness or a flare up, you do want to keep below threshold today. It's not the day to challenge your breathing. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now we got 30 seconds of rest. You can maintain some gentle movement and get into your recovery position and just focus on your breathing. You can grab a sip of water. Got 10 seconds. Oh, and sorry, we're going to repeat each exercise twice. Should have said that earlier. So same exercise, 3, 2, 1. Out, in. Good, do what you can here, team. You are halfway through. And we keep breathing out through pursed lips. "15 seconds to go." Keep breathing out through pursed lips. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds of rest. So our next exercise will be our shadow boxing. I know that's a really fun one for a lot of you. Make sure you're recovering. Got less than 10 seconds here. Ready, 3, 2, 1. Shadow boxing. You can throw punches, you can throw some uppercuts, you can do some Hail Marys. Or haymakers, those are maybe called. But just purposeful movement here. Get your heart rate up, challenge your breathing. We are halfway there. Good job, team. 15 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Rest. There we go, team. 30 seconds of rest. I realize I've neglected to bring my water, so I'm just gonna reach over and left it just over here. And we'll get started pretty quick on our next one. Remember, we're doing a second set. All right, are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Shadow boxing. Punch with purpose. Go, go, go. Halfway. Great job, team. Great job. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Rest. 30 seconds. Find that recovery position. Really focus on recovering your breathing. Getting some water is a good idea. All right, in our next exercise, we're going to kick our leg and tap our knee. Notice I'm staying up tall. I'm not reaching forward. Okay. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So kick and reach. Or kick and touch, because reaching implies bending forward. I don't want you bending forward. Keep your torso up tall. Good job, team. You are halfway there. That's it. Kick and touch. Kick and touch. Keep up your breathing pattern. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. And 3, 2, 1. Rest. Brilliant. 30 seconds here to catch your breath. How's everybody feeling? Awesome. I see some thumbs up, which is great. Brilliant. So 15 seconds, and then we're going to repeat that same exercise. And then depending on how the group is feeling, we'll either do more intervals or do a steady state. So we're going to kick and touch in 3, 2, 1, go. So you can start thinking if you're really enjoying the bursts of cardio today. So that's a shorter time, higher intensity. and either do a couple more of those, or we can do a steady state. That's where it's lower intensity, but for a longer period of time. There's benefits to both. And it's sometimes fun to get you guys involved and advocating what would be best for you and your body today. Because remember, this is your exercise class. Keep breathing out, team. 10 seconds. Three, two, one. Rest. Awesome. So really catch your breath. Do I have any votes for more cardio bursts or a set of a steady state? Maybe some of you have a preference. A
Cardio.
steady state.
Yeah,
Someone
steady.
wants a more intense burst. Someone wants a steady state. That means we're gonna need a couple more voices.
Continue with cardio.
A more intense burst. There we go. Because both are cardio, just to be clear. Both are cardio. But continue with the bursts.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we might have a couple more votes for that. So the solution is, if you're feeling like you would really benefit from a steady state, then we are going to do 2 more cardio bursts. And during the cardio bursts and the rest, those of you who feel like a steady state was the best fit for you are going to just keep going. Ready? We are all going to march. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So those of you choosing to do a steady state, reduce the intensity. Pardon me. There, not to cough in anyone's ear. Got hit with a slight cold on the weekend. Feel much better today. But when the body starts feeling better is when the lungs feel the worst. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Oops, there. All right. So 30 seconds of rest. And we'll get going again in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Last burst. If you're doing a steady state, should have just kept going the whole time there. We got 1 minute left. Not less than a minute now, about 40 seconds. Good, maintain your breathing out through pursed lips. Good work, everybody. Got about 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Rest. So really catch your breath. Sip of water. And then we'll move on into strength. Brilliant. How'd my steady staters do? Give me a little wave. You felt good. All right, there we go. You don't seem overly energetic today. I know the pollen must be getting brutal. Been looking at the reports,
Yes.
especially depending which area you're in. Good. All right, I'm gonna ask that everybody grab their weight. Perfect. And with our weight, we're gonna do a curl as we stand up partway and down. So again, curl, stand partway, down. Curl, stand partway, and down. Curl and stand, and down. There we go, team. Curl and stand, and down. Curl and stand. We got 2 more on this side. Curl and stand. And down. And last one. Curl, stand partway, down. Now, don't switch sides. Okay, don't switch sides yet. We're going to have the weight here now. We're gonna press it up overhead and lift up our knee. And then down. Up, push it up. Slowly lower down. Push it up. Slowly lower down. Push up. Slowly lower down. Push. And down. Or it's helpful to breathe out as you push up. Two more. And last one. Okay, keeping it on the same arm. Last exercise here. Last exercise. All we're gonna do is pull one knee in as we lift the weight out to the side. Now notice, I'm not lifting it up really high. Just enough that you feel a bit of tension through the shoulder and down. So pull the knee in, lift up slightly, and down. There we go. Keep up your breathing pattern. Remember not to lift with that weight up too high. Just grip it tight. Good. Stick to your breathing pattern.
I find that hard on the arm. Not used to that motion, I guess.
For sure. It's hard, small muscle, it's a long lever. And again, even if you just lift it out this far, that's great. Right? Don't push it too hard. Last one. Rest. Okay, now we switch sides. Remember what the first exercise was?
No, it was too long ago.
Too long ago. It's a curl. Stand up part way. And then down. Curl. Stand up part way. Down. Curl. Stand up part way. And down. Curl. Up part way. Down. There we go. Curl. Up part way. Down. Curl. Up. Down. Curl up. Down. Curl up. Two more. Curl up. Down. Curl up just a little ways. Down. Curl up. Down and one more. Curl up. Down. Awesome. All right, now we're lifting the weight overhead and lifting up the opposite knee. So it's up and down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. And down. There we go. And two more, team. And last one. Have a great day. Someone had to leave early. All right. Now, so that was 10. Now our knee comes across, arm goes out to the side. Again, even just that little ways. The higher you go, the harder it is. But don't go up past the shoulder. Pull, lift. Great work, everybody. Pull in, lift the arm out. And 3, 2, 1. There we go. Well done, team. Can have a quick rest. A sip of water would be super helpful.
Hmm.
So we'll have a full minute of rest. Maybe you find it helpful to be in your recovery position. Remember, chest up. This does help you breathe. Good work, everybody. So keep focusing on your breathing pattern. I'm just going to show you what the next sequence is.
Hmm.
Now, we're going to have the band. This time the band goes underneath our feet. And we're going to start leaning forwards. But again, the leaning forwards, it's so important to make sure your chest is up. Chest is down, they're going to be rounded through the back, and I don't want that. So chest up. And you're going to hold fairly low on the band. And then all I want you to do is push through your feet to sit up tall, maybe even lean back a tiny bit. And then slowly come forward. But again, chest is up the whole time. And then push through your feet. Go slow. Think about your crushing a walnut between your bum cheeks. Good. So push through the feet. We come up slow. We squeeze through those glutes. And then slowly come back down. And then push through your feet. We're going slowly to make sure we're getting the proper movement here. This is not a movement you want to typically rush. Yeah, make sure your chest is up. Make sure you're not feeling any pulling in your lower back. Push through your feet slow. Really make your legs work for it. And we got 3 more. Push. Two more. Push. And 1 more. Push. All right. So now you're going to stay up tall. And now we're going to pull our arms in and back. So again, pull your hands towards your belly and back down. This is our row pattern, right? Pull and back. Pull and back. We're maintaining our breathing pattern here. Yeah. Pull and then relax those arms. Pull the arms. Relax the arms. From slow and steady. It's helpful to breathe out as we pull. Five. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Brilliant. Okay, slowly relax the band. You can get it out from underneath your feet. And now we're going to hold the band up over our head. And we're going to pull one arm straight down to the side. This is not our pull up. This is pulling the arm straight out to the side. Doesn't have to be pulled very far. I just want you to think about your armpit doing the work.
What's the alternate one, Jill, when people can't get their arms up over their head?
Yeah, that's a fantastic reminder. have your hands or palms facing up, and you can just pull one hand out to the side at a time. Keep in mind that that's an easy one to strain at, and it should feel quite light. Like, don't feel like you have to pull it out very far, but then hold it and then bring it back in. Okay.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for the reminder. It's very, very helpful. Pull back up. Pull back up. Good. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now you have a brief rest before we repeat those 3 exercises. I figured if we repeated the sequence that had 2 sets of sit to stands already, you would all mutiny. As the previous series of exercises had a lot of sit to stands.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
What do I do to release my fingers? Because they're really sore from doing that.
Yeah, so there's 2 things you can do. One, the first exercise we did, leaning down.
Yeah.
You can switch to using a weight for sure, because then your hands aren't holding
Okay.
stiff. The other thing to remember, guys, with the band is I like to wrap it around my palm once or twice. And then the band pulls at my palm and I don't have to grip the band as tightly.
Okay.
If
Thank you.
it's already feeling a bit stiff, I do like to just gently do some what I call hand openers. So I just use one hand to gently push the other to help me open up the fingers, and then I bring them back down and then push to open them back up. Or I like to get them just on my thighs and gently kind of rock forward so you get that little bit of a stretch
Okay.
and then back. Okay,
Yeah. Thank you.
for sure. Yes, sometimes gripping that band can be troublesome. So let's get that band underneath our feet, or you can just use your weight, especially for this first exercise. Remember, we were leaned forward, chest up, super important. And I like to wrap the band around my hands. And then really just push through your feet to come back up. Be strong through your glutes. Push through your feet. And back down. Push through your feet. And back down, chest up. Good work, everybody. Excellent. Couple more. Really squeeze those glutes. Again, does not have to be a big movement, it's just a purposeful movement. 3, 2, and last one. Good. Now we're standing up tall. We're gonna pull our hands towards us and back down. Remember to maintain your breathing pattern as we go. Great job, everybody. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades together as you pull those hands back. Three, two, one. And rest. Okay, so once again, take the band from underneath your feet. You're gonna keep your hands low, just have your palms facing up, gently pull one hand out to the side. It should not strain. Otherwise, you can have your arms up and we're pulling a straight arm down to the side. Good. Just go within your range, challenging but doable. Keep up your breathing pattern, everybody. There we go. Steady breathing. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. And 3, 2, 1. All right, bring those hands down. Might need to shake them out. Might need to roll your shoulders back a couple times. Grab a sip of water. All right, team, good news. Time to stretch. You made it. Remember, stretch time is the perfect time to ask questions, so please feel free. We're just gonna start with getting that elbow up. And switch arms. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Good.
Good. And rest that elbow, stretch one hand up, push the other down.
Okay.
And switch. Good. Rest there. Get your knees wide apart. Push against one side to turn the other way. Just nice and gentle. Any questions about exercises today, guys?
No, it was a good group.
Yeah, you guys did great.
Jill, just a general question. Why do we stretch at the end of exercise instead of stretching at the beginning?
That is a great question.
No, it's not.
It is a great question. Switch sides. So stretching, does two things. One, you get more benefit out of the stretch of the muscle when the muscle is already warmed up. Right? Like when we start off at the start of exercise, most of us probably feel a little bit more tight, sore, stiff. And really, the answer to that isn't necessarily stretching is going to make that better. The movement is. And then the stretching can help us with our overall mobility, and we get more benefit out of it when we do it once our muscles are warmed up. Okay. We're going to stretch our leg out in front of us, going to reach towards your toes. The other reason is that it's just part of what I call a cool down process. So we have our warm up at the beginning, and the warm up is all about getting your bodies ready to exercise. So we've talked before about how the warm up process signals our body to start increasing our heart rate, increasing our blood pressure, increasing our breathing rate. When we talk about blood pressure, we talk about our blood vessels opening up to provide more blood flow. All good things for exercise, but then all things we kind of want to help our body reverse during the cool down process as exercise kind of finishes up. Yes, it's important, just like when we do our cardio bursts, it's important that we get our heart rates up. It's important that we get our breathing up and panting hard, and that's good for you, but we also want it to come back down. And so the stretching process really is a time to just get your bodies prepared to start coming back down. And really, a bit more bluntly, I feel a lot better when my groups, especially over Zoom, but even my in-person clients, I'll make sure that they do this, switch legs. But especially over Zoom, I want to make sure that I'm not just sending you off to the rest of your day with still, elevated heart rate, elevated blood pressure. If someone works really hard and then they go sit down and they go to stand up, sometimes that can result in that sharp reduction in blood pressure. Because your blood vessels were still really opened up to allow more blood flow, but now your heart rate has decreased again because you're not exercising. Well, now we've got low blood pressure because our heart is a bit slower pumping the blood, but our blood vessels are still all opened up. So little things like that, this cool down process just helps assist our body in reversing all those changes for exercise.
I know you give me an excellent answer. Thank you so much, Jill.
You bet. You bet. See, and it was a good question. It was. Let's pull our leg up onto our shin or up onto our thigh. Yeah, what other questions might we have today?
Who's ready to sit and watch a hockey game tonight?
Go the Ducks.
After that.
Oh, God.
Gonna be another good one.
Yeah, I don't know, Ted. I'm not much of a hockey watcher.
It's
Unless
playoff.
it's the Olympics. I'll watch any sport if it's in the Olympics.
Yes.
Well, that's coming up pretty quick too.
It is. You know what one of my favorite sports to watch in the Olympics is? What is it called? Slalom canoe.
Oh, yes, okay.
Kayak. It's like white water rafting.
Oh.
And they're in this small kayak and there's all these waves and they have to try to get their kayak around different poles to get points, switch legs. It's incredible. It's incredible. Just the sheer core strength of those guys. Woo.
Does everybody survive that?
Yeah.
Nope.
Hey, it's a lot safer than skeleton.
Yeah. I've watched them in the Skookum Chuck Narrows and it's pretty awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Super, super cool.
Mm-mm.
But I hope it's a great hockey game for you tonight.
Oh, it will be.
Oh, good.
Win or lose, it's
Yeah.
good hockey.
For sure. That's a good feeling to have. Let's drop the leg back behind us, gang.
Mm-mm-mm.
Then we'll switch sides a little bit sooner than normal.
I don't know if you have access to your chat, but there's been a really great question posted there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always have to come up close to the computer to see. Yeah, so that's a great question. Someone's asking, how long does it take to notice a difference? You start these exercises, they're challenging, you start showing up consistently. And
Mm-mm.
the answer is different for everybody. It's typical to see a change in 4 to 6 weeks. You might start noticing a bit of a difference in certain things.
Mm-mm.
And maybe some people on here would like to speak to that a bit more, because it really does depend on both your condition, and your starting fitness. Did you have previous experience with exercise, or is this new to you? Because that'll impact how quickly your body adapts. Do you have other conditions
Mm-mm.
that might just need a bit more time for you to know some differences? But the key thing for everybody is really look for the little things. Because sometimes we show up at exercise class and people expect, oh, I'm going to lose so much weight and look really lean, or they expect, oh, I'm going to gain all these big muscles, or I'm going to completely get rid of my breathing problems, or even something like, these exercises are going to be easy in 2 weeks. And for those of you that have been with this class for more than a year, you kind of realize, oh, these exercises don't ever get easy.
Nope.
Some of them get easier, but it's kind of a paradox. The stronger you get, the fitter you get, the harder you push yourself during exercise. The more you're able to do, it never ever quite feels easy. But especially with breathing, like keep an eye on how many breaks do you have to take if you go for a walk? How many stairs do you get up in your house before you feel short of breath? Are you able to carry, a bag of groceries with one hand rather than carrying one bag with 2 hands? It's these little things, and they really add up to being like, oh, wow, I'm doing more in my day to day. And if anyone has a quick comment on when they noticed a difference with starting exercise, I'd love to hear it. We'll keep it brief just because of time, but if anyone feels comfortable.
I noticed it when I was in a friend's sofa and I could get out of it with no problem.
Yeah, one of those really deep sofas that just suck you in, hey?
Yeah.
Easy
And I
enough
could
there
do
you
it
go.
without my hands.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so great.
But that's when I knew this worked.
Yeah.
I noticed the stamina much more, even though the walking distance, that was not easier. I was able to go further, setting a goal, and it does work, but it's not easy ever. Yeah, because you watch your oxygen and your breathing as much as you can.
For sure. But you notice you were able to get further.
Yeah, the stamina
And
is
that's-
longer, yes. That's
Totally,
right.
and we call that improvements in functional capacity. Your ability to do more
Right.
is a sign of improvement. And I talk about this with my chronic pain clients all the time too. Because oftentimes, or with injury and chronic pain is similar, where sometimes you don't always get a reduction in pain, but you'll get an increase in your function.
Yeah,
You'll get kind of one or the other, but that increase in function is so important. That's so great that you noticed
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So
I can-
hopefully, Veronica, you really felt like you got a good answer there. Or was that Balsinia? Yeah, that was Balsina. Perfect. Brilliant. All right, team. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Jill.
And
Thank
thank you.
joining me
you.
today.
Thank you,
What a
Jill. Bye.
great discussion
Bye.
at the end. You guys are awesome.